That was your promise,
No,
Mr.
I
Kennedy,
didn't.
not
I never
mine.
promised that I was going to
You didn't
recommend
promise-
products
Oh,
with which
I'm
there is no
sorry.
indication.
When you said,
And I know you've
vaccines
taken
are working for
$855,000
someone,
from pharmaceutical
I'm not going to take them
companies,
away.
Senator.
Did you hold up a big sign saying that you were lying?
RFK Jr. and Elizabeth Warren got into a shouting match today, and I cannot believe what she said to him, and I can't believe how evil she has become. Absolutely disgraceful. Elizabeth Warren, RFK Jr., this debate is absolutely pathetic. She should resign.
Last November, while you were under consideration to become Secretary of Health and Human Services, Mr. Kennedy, you said, quote, if vaccines are working for somebody, I'm not going to take them away. No exceptions, no ifs, ands, or buts. You would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them. Then last week, you announced that the COVID-19 vaccine is no longer approved for healthy people under the age of 65. In announcing the change, you said the vaccine will be available for anyone who wants it. Now, obviously, both things cannot be true at the same moment.
Yeah, they can.
So let's clear this up right now, Secretary Kennedy. Will you tell America that all adults and all children over 6 months of age are eligible to get a COVID booster at their local pharmacy today?
Anybody can get the booster.
I'm sorry?
Anybody can get it, Senator.
Anybody. So you're saying that is now the official rule of HHS. Anybody is eligible to get a booster by just walking into the pharmacy.
It's not recommended for healthy people.
No. If you don't recommend, then the consequence of that in many states is that you can't walk into a pharmacy and get one. It means insurance companies don't have to cover the $200 or so cost. As Senator Dr. Cassidy said, you are effectively denying people vaccines.
We're not going to recommend a product for which there's no clinical data for that indication. Is that what I should be doing?
What you should be doing is honoring your promise that you made when you were looking to get confirmed in this job.
You're going like
and
this.
that is, you promised that you would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them. You just changed the classification of the COVID vaccine.
I'm not taking them away from people,
consequence-
Senator.
It takes it away if you can't get it from your pharmacist.
Well, most Americans are going to be able to get it from their pharmacy for free.
$200.
Most Americans will be able to get it from their pharmacy for
No, the
free.
question is everyone who wants it. That was your promise,
No, I
Mr.
didn't.
Kennedy,
I
not
never
mine.
promised that I was going to
You didn't
recommend
promise-
products with which
I'm
there is no
sorry.
indication.
When you said,
And I know you've
vaccines
taken
are working for
$855,000
someone,
from
I'm not
pharmaceutical
going to take them
companies,
away.
Senator.
Did you hold up a big sign saying that you were lying when you said that? Because you are the one who said you would not take them away. Now, Senator Kennedy,
I'm not taking them away from
The question she should be asking is, why is the insurance company having to pay $200 for a COVID vaccine shot? That is such a scam, such a grift, especially when we paid for it to begin with. The American taxpayers through Operation Warp Speed. We paid for that R&D. What a terrible human being she is.
Now, Senator Kennedy,
I'm not taking them away from anybody.
Secretary,
You want me to indicate a product for which there is no clinical data?
Senator,
Is that what you want?
Secretary Kennedy, you said you wouldn't, and now you did.
I'm not
So
taking them away.
obviously-
Everybody can get access to them.
No, they can't walk into a pharmacy the way they could last month and get access
It
to
depends
a
on the
vaccine.
it depends on the states.
Depends. A year
Disgusting.
ago,
But they can
it did
still
not
get it.
depend.
Everybody
A
can get
month
it.
ago, it did
Everybody
not
can
depend.
get it, Senator.
So look, let's move on. You clearly are taking away vaccines.
This stupid right here would have our insurance premiums go up double because she wants unnecessary vaccines for those that don't need them. This woman is not on your side, Democrats. She is completely bought and paid for by Big Pharma.
The agenda for the next CDC vaccine panel. And first up is ratifying your COVID actions. Second is hepatitis B is on the agenda. So should Americans expect you to take away hepatitis vaccine access as well, even though you promised not to?
As I said, I'm not taking vaccines away from anybody.
Okay, same answer, right? You're just going to deny that when people can't get access, that you're not taking it away. Then let me ask you, is that the same game you're going to play with measles,
you want me to,
mumps,
so you want me to
rubella,
recommend
chickenpox?
every product in the world so that
I
without
wish
any
you
clinical trial
follow
data?
through
Yep,
on
get her.
your promises.
Yeah, my promise was to
A
get.
month ago, we could get COVID vaccines by just walking
You can
into a
still get
pharmacy.
COVID vaccines,
You
Senator.
are taking that away.
No, you are
So
still,
let me
you can
ask
still
you
get the
one more
COVID vaccines,
question,
and
Secretary
Medicare will still
Kennedy.
pay for them, and Medicaid will still
Did you tell the
pay for them.
head of the CDC that
You
if she
shouldn't.
refused to sign off on your changes to the childhood vaccine schedule, that she had to resign?
No, I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no. If you had an employee who told you they weren't trustworthy, would you ask them to resign, Senator?
So I'm sorry, but this is not
Answer the
what
question.
she has said publicly. She has
Well,
said
I'm
she
not
was told
surprised
to
about that.
pre-approve. So you're saying she's lying?
Yes. Every conversation I had with her, there
And
were
let me get this
witnesses.
straight. This is the same person that less than a month earlier, you stood next to her and described her as unimpeachable. And you had full confidence in her, and that you had full confidence in her scientific credentials. And in a month, she became a liar?
Yeah, that's how this works. You get information and you change your position. Unless you're on the left and we're in the middle of a pandemic.
In a month, she became a liar? Is
Yeah,
that what
you
you're
should
saying?
ask her what changed. And by the way, a month ago, you were voting against her. Oh, because you thought she was either incompetent, ineligible, or unsuited to the task.
I voted
Now I
against her
agree
because
with
I
you.
was afraid she was going to bend the knee to you and Donald Trump. And it looks
That's not why.
like she didn't bend the knee, so you fired her. Look, you are putting America's babies' health at risk, America's seniors' health at risk, all Americans' health at risk, and you should resign.
And watch this testimony of RFK Jr. and you tell me if this is something that you're going to be pushing back against, if you are at all moral and ethical in any way.
This morning, I got the latest numbers from CDC that 76.4% of Americans now have a chronic disease. This is stunning. When my uncle was president, it was 11%. 1950, it was 3%. Today, it's 76.4%. 8 out of 10 of our kids cannot qualify for military service. This is a national security issue. When my uncle was president, we spent zero on chronic disease. Today, we spend $1.3 trillion. It's the biggest cause, it's increasing. And all of the arguments that Republicans and Democrats have about single payer, Obamacare, or the various ways to allocate the health dollars, they're all like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. If we don't end this chronic disease, we are the sickest country in the world. That's why we have to fire people at CDC. They did not do their job.
Exactly.
This was their job to keep us healthy.
Thank you,
And
Mr.
I need to fire some of those people to make sure this doesn't happen again.
You know what just dawned on me? The left hates personal accountability, and they just hate accountability in general. And that's why they don't want these officials to be held accountable. Well, it's coming for you.